on the website?
Yes, yes.
And for
WorkforceCentral.ma.org.
folks out there that might be watching, we're speaking with JC Fernandez, the business service rep at Workforce Central. But for job seekers or whatever, they should come into the Career Center, probably go through the orientation, the Career Center seminar, and become members, and then they can come to these events and others and really take advantage of all those services there, and including connect with the businesses you're working with.
Definitely. That's the only way to know and be knowing what's happening around in the area if you're a member.
Yeah.
Because you can see a flyer about, hey, this event is going on, and you can participate. But if you want to be consistently knowledgeable of what's going on, it's in your best
So
interest.
when you meet with the business, like what's some of the biggest challenges businesses report to you that they face?
Right now, finding talent.
Finding talent. Yeah.
It's very tough. I think we all know the situation with the unemployment rate being its lowest levels since like 15 years, and that's one of their main concerns: finding candidates that have the qualifications that they're looking for.
And I know that we work with you and your other business partners to take what you're hearing and then try to help kind of pinpoint new training programs to offer that might help
Bridge the skills
increase
gap.
the skills gap there and increase the pool of candidates that are available for any given industry that might be struggling, or occupations that are struggling to find good people. So I think that's where the connection between the new training development and program development really relies on that good business intelligence and that good business connection to really know where to invest those resources. So.
Well, I mean, we've been leading JC with some of the questions here. Obviously, Jeff and I are both well versed on all the programs that you've spoken on, but they don't, again, wanted to let you enlighten our customers on exactly what you do and how you do it. What do you feel like as a business service rep who's in the field, who's on the front lines? What are you seeing out there when people are saying, there aren't job seekers? There aren't jobs, I can't find a job.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your answer to that? Or what's your opinion on that, if you will?
Yeah, I'd say.
I've got a follow-up too, but I'll let you.
Yeah, I asked first.
I mean, I'd say there are plenty of jobs out there. In my experience, that is the case. It could be that you might have to maybe take a contract position and work that into a permanent role. It could be that maybe you have to work your way up, potentially. But ultimately, there are plenty of jobs out there available.
Now, how about in terms of like if you're a business and you're really struggling to find talent? It seems like some of the industries we work with have difficulty with the typical response if you put your ad out there and you can't find good talent is you would have to increase your pay. And it seems like there's other pressures on companies that whether it's so I was working with some some child care centers, child development centers, and the hire good teachers, they're really kind of struggling with keeping and hiring good teachers, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that the price that they get in by reimbursement for child care or that parents are able to kind of afford, really kind of limits how much they're able to pay their staff, which really kind of affects how many folks get in. I think manufacturing is similar to that, right? You've got foreign competition. So is that kind of what you're saying too, is companies kind of struggling with wanting talent but not in a position for whatever reason to increase wages?
Yeah, definitely. And that's part of the job as well, as far as being the business service representative, informing and enlightening companies. If their position is not up to the standard as far as the competition goes in the market for what its salary should be, I make sure to let them know that. And being part of the state system, we have the advantage that we have access to a lot of data, current data, that helps them perhaps reconsider the salary ranges based on a position and the location.
Just to piggyback on that, and one of the things that our listeners, especially if their businesses should be hearing, reading between the lines, is that your role now, as compared to years past, you're really a professional consultant. with regards to how the labor market information, what state programs are there, and how we can tie those two together. Not only that, but then also how we work with the Career Center and job seekers. So as you come in, you're consulting on a plethora of services and products and resources that are available to the businesses, so that we can narrow that gap.
BizWorks consultant.
A BizWorks consultant, because again,
I like
if a company is going through, you talked about training needs. If it's a consistent kind of product that we're looking at, we can turn around and talk to Jeff at the Web, or look at our ITA trainings and see where people are coming from. Can we put together a specific training that's geared to an industry or position type thing? I mean, I know we do a lot with CDL licensing and training, but there's so many other jobs and positions. We did a focus group on call
Center.
call center. Thank you. Call center, employee base, and what are the skill sets, what are the demands, what are the training needs, what are the minimum requirements. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking at as a whole, is saying, where can we best get our bang for our buck? We're going to invest monies in trainings. Can we turn around with businesses and
Responsible
provide?
stewards of the public investment.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
How long have you been waiting to use
Yeah,
that?
I got it written down. I got it
in
written
the
down.
bag.
I got it written down here.
So yeah, it's those kind of things, and that comes directly from the feedback that we get from business service representatives who are in the field.
Yeah,
You got a
really.
pulse.
So it's not only about providing information, giving them information,
Yeah.
but also resources, even economic
Yep.
resources that they can use to address the needs that they have.
So JC, how can folks get in touch with you if maybe a business owner out there, or maybe a HR manager or something? How can they get in touch with you if they want more information about the services
can-
available through Workforce Central and Mass BizWorks?
Sure.
They can call the Career Center directly. My number,
We can get that. Yeah, we'll give that to Jessica to put up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can try to
What
put
is
it
it?
in.
508-373?
508-373-7609. That's my direct line. We can start talking. Even if it's a business that isn't in the central Mass area, I have a great working relationship with most of my colleagues throughout the state, so I can
Great
connect them
network, right.
there. And it only takes one conversation
There we go.
to get started.
Well, I would be remorse if I didn't take this opportunity to congratulate JC, because Jeff, you should know that JC has actually been a tremendous asset to our organization. His leadership, his work ethic, his initiative, his drive, his
Taking on the new role.
taking
last
on a
year.
new role in a year's time. And you know what? He has no preconceived notions of any limitation. His open mind, new ideas, new thoughts. A creative guy who's really just taking this on. And thank you for your efforts on a consistent
Thank you.
basis,
I
because
appreciate it.
we wouldn't be able to do the programs that we're talking about without somebody like yourself spearheading a lot of that. I know that the job fairs have been successful as a byproduct of your efforts and that of the team and your teammates and your peers. And Job Day, something that you created in the sense that the Job Day, just a concept. This is for jobs and job seekers coming in. As a matter of fact, in February, I think he had like 20 to 25 employers in the Career Center,
Yep.
and 200 people.
So this is
200
just one
people
little
came in between
one small event
10
that
and
blows
noon
up.
on a day that was, the weather was very cold. It was we thought it was going to be a light crowd, but through the marketing, through the social media aspects, and through his drive, congratulations, continued success, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you for coming on the show today.
No, I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to
JC Fernandez,
in the
Business
future.
Service Representative at Workforce Central Career Center and Mass BizWorks Consultant. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And just a reminder, folks are watching Worcester Cable Television and listening to this on WCUW 91.3 FM
On your FM dial.
on your FM dial. So we do have the
Yep.
simulcast.
That's right. You can either
Technology.
listen to us on radio or watch us on TV. Your choice, or both.
Yeah.
They don't play it at the same time, so you can't do the old Johnny Mo's.
You know, I was thinking that
Or
same thought. You could put the
voice
TV
over.
on, turn down the sound on the
And listen-
TV,
listen
and
to
listen to your radio. Same voices, though.
It would be.
It wouldn't be like,
Yeah. So that
hey,
defeats the
listen to
purpose.
the working
Right.
lunch.
Unless we change our voices. Unless you do the hey guy. Hey.
Hey.
That's a character
That guy.
he has.
We could host little wacky characters.
So you've
that
watched
pop
the
out
show.
of
You've heard
office.
the show, right?
Yes, I have.
So, yeah.
Sure he
Lots
has.
yes, he has.
Oh, seriously? I mean, are you kidding?
He's like, yes, that character. No.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't come to a show if I didn't know what it
yeah,
was.
exactly.
That's
He's
right.
been doing his research.
He's been
doing his
preparing this
research.
for weeks. Well versed. Good information. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
Actually, we were going to talk about some of the things that we're going to be looking forward to is the summit. And
That's right. One of the
I
best
want to
summits.
bring
Oh,
that
yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
because real quick, we got a couple of minutes. And the summit that's coming up, the National Summit, what can you tell us about that real quickly?
Yeah, so August 30th to September 1st, we're going to have they're calling it the Rapid Response Business Engagement Summit.
Okay.
It's going to be in Boston. And basically, the concept is to connect people that do things like I
Similar
do,
to somebody, yeah.
working with businesses, helping them connect with services, state resources and whatnot, and how to do that better.
So other agencies,
Right. So
community-based organizations.
right. So anyone.
Groups from all over the country,
Yeah,
right?
basically working with workforce development,
Yep.
anything as far as business development, business improvement.
Wow.
They want to be there in the summit. I already confirmed we have people coming from the Virgin Islands, Colorado, Washington State. So it's going to be a national
How many
event.
years have they been holding this?
This is the first
think
one,
it's-
actually.
yeah,
This
first
is the
one, yeah.
inaugural.
Yes, this is the very first
Wow,
one.
exciting times.
Yeah, so
So it's a three-day basically a three-day conference.
correct. There are going to be workshops, breakout sessions to, like I said,
Right, how
understand,
people share
learn,
best practices.
yeah, talk about best practices and how to better engage businesses and help them out.
Now, are businesses invited? Businesses are invited to go to this?
Yeah, I mean,
attend?
It's
certainly
really geared towards the staff
That's
that work with
yeah.
business,
People-
but I
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
more towards those that
Okay.
work with the businesses.
Right.
But ultimately, if you want to learn more about it, you
Sure.
have the time, the money,
Sure.
you can certainly participate. Absolutely.
Wow, that's gonna be that's gonna be a great conference,
Yes.
and you'll be attending.
Yes. I
Okay.
will.
Great. And so are we moving on to the mailbag?
I think we are just about that time. I think we have to see if the mail person is coming, or I think that
There's a lot of traffic. A lot
Lot-
of traffic. in the
lot of
street.
traffic.
It's a beautiful day in downtown Worcester. The lights are working.
I'm not sure.
A lot of pedestrians. It's lunchtime. Obviously, they're working lunch.
Right.
They have to make their way through.
And it's somewhat difficult. It's a tough time. It's a tough time
It
to be a
is a
postal
tough
carrier.
time.
Is it postal carrier?
Postal carrier.
Postal carrier. Letter carrier.
Oh.
Letter carrier.
I can hear the music is playing.
Okay,
I think
intro.
that signals that the mail carrier may be near.
Cliff.
We might have a new mail carrier today.
There's a knock on the door.
Oh, there's a knock. Come on in. It is
Oh,
the
there
mail
she is.
carrier. Look at
Oh,
this.
hey.
There's our mail.
Mail call.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Great job.
My
See,
goodness.
that's quality acting.
This is
right
addressed to you. Okay. Well, there you go,
there. There's
Jeff.
a check.
It's a bill. JC's invoice. His cameo appearance.
Okay. And we do thank wonderful mail carrier for braving the heat to come and deliver this today.
She was wearing a jacket.
I know, right?
It's warm outside.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
It's all
In
about
New
the,
England
it's all
weather,
about
you
the
know.
look.
You never know. It could be
Fashion.
raining. By the time you see this, I don't know if we're going through the same weather pattern. Thunderstorm,
Right.
sun, muggy. Thunderstorm, cool off,
Oh, it's
sun,
crazy.
muggy.
Humidity, not the heat, humidity. So I'll read this one. So Maribel from Worcester asks, what's the best way to make a resume?
That's a great question.
What's the best way to make?
best way to make a resume? Okay, well, at the Career Center, and I think we can all speak to this, the Career Center has a staff that are several are certified professional resume writers. Actually, it's a certification. They go through intense training, intense testing, and then they are certified to be, again, certified.
CPRW.
That's the
Certified Professional Resume Writer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we have several staff readily available to work with folks. We actually
We have a workshop.
conduct a workshop.
And
Uh-oh.
besides that, it's also, we have a great resume builder online through the career
Oh,
portal for Career Center customers.
Correct.
So you have to become a customer in order to access the virtual Career Center
You have
portal.
to be a
and-
customer to take part in all of these activities, and that's why we always recommend that anybody who's interested in utilizing the resources at the Career Center, come to the Career Center or call, register with our system, attend the Career Center seminar, which is the orientation of all the resources that we have available. They'll meet with a career counselor, and through there put together a career action plan, where a recommendation in or a need may be to partake in the workshop, resume writing workshop.
Get the resume done, yeah.
And once they do that as a prerequisite, then they can follow up with one of our certified professional resume writers, the CPRWs,
Mm-hmm.
and actually have them critique the draft of the resume and
Give it a
guide
look,
them
yeah.
and help them to fine tune it so that it's readily available and prepared to go out to job applications.
So there you go. So utilizing the Career Center can help someone make a dynamite resume and a lot of people have more than one, depending on what job it is or
Absolutely.
what industry, and then you can send those out as needed or use that information if you're doing an online application. So having that information handy is
so
still...
the good side to this is that folks have the opportunity to work with professionals in putting together a resume for once again for free at the Career Center. And that's a key part. We also have computers, and we have a resource area where people could utilize our computers, our printers, and our stock of paper to put together a resume. If they don't have these accessories at home or it's unavailable for whatever reason, again, as a byproduct of being a member, they can come in, utilize that, print some resumes. We have people come in and print resumes in preparation for the job day, the job fairs that we're talking about with JC, that day, that morning, or what have you, the day before. So now, JC, obviously you were a career counselor before. You must have worked with folks on creating resumes, if you will.
Absolutely.
And what we like to do is have the customer own the resume. We don't sit there
It's
and
their
write.
resume, yeah.
We don't write the resume. We guide them on the how-tos and what to do, do's and don'ts,
And with them...
depending on their background. Whether it be a functional resume or chronological resume, we kind of guide them towards what they could use, what's best for them moving forward to the positions that they're looking at. But then again, we give them a little bit of homework. But then we come back and we support those efforts, right? So it's kind of a win-win situation. And at the end of the day, what you just said, the customer owns that resume. It's their biography. It's how they're going to be marketing themselves to businesses. So it's good for them to have a hands-on knowledge of how it came to be and working with that. So
Yeah, and free of charge, because that's a service that if you go out there, you have to pay $200, $300.
is that the going rate?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's crazy. Like,
And here
just
you've
go
got,
to the career
you've got
center.
someone that's a certified professional resume writer at
Invest
your
some
service,
time,
and the
invest some
online
time, it's
tools,
free,
and you
yeah.
can save it right there and online for yourself, or multiple versions, and have that
And then they have a
available.
copy and/or copies that they can save and edit and tweak as we recommend that they do